So in this video, we're going to be talking about how do we write lines that are parallel and perpendicular to other lines. Here is the first example. So we're going to write the line that is parallel to this line that passes through the point 3, 2 in point slope form. So notice we're writing another line. In order to be parallel, we learned that you need to have the same slope. So first you need to look at the original line and you need to look at the slope. The y-intercept here is not really of our concern right now. All we care about is the slope because we need to have the same slope. So our line needs to have a slope of 3. And then it needs to go through the point 3, 2. I need to write this equation in point slope because I have a point and I have a slope. So I'm going to write y minus 2 is equal to 3 parentheses x minus 3. And then I'm going to look, is that the final form that I need to write it? Yes, point slope, so that's it. I'm done, and this is my answer. Okay, now for the next equation, I need to write a line that is perpendicular to this line. So first of all, I need to figure out what the slope is of my original line. Right now it's in standard form. So I need to solve this out for y to figure out what the slope is. So when you solve it out, you get 2y is equal to negative 3x plus 7, and you divide by 2. And so your slope of the original line is negative 3 over 2. In order to be perpendicular, you need a slope that is the reciprocal of negative 3 over 2 and has a different sign. So it's going to be a positive 2 over 3. And then I need to go to the point 3, 2. Okay, so I have a point and I have a slope. So originally I can write it in point slope. So I would write y minus 2 is equal to 2/3 x minus 3. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and now distribute the 2/3, and we have y minus 2 is equal to 2/3 x. 2/3 times negative 3 is just going to be 2 minus 2, and then we're going to add 2 to both sides. And then basically your y-intercept ends up being 0. So you have the line y is equal to 2/3 x plus 0, just 2/3 x. Okay, so this line again would be perpendicular to this line because the slope would be the negative reciprocal, and it would also go through this point because we made sure that when we put it in point slope. Now, in our next example, we need an equation written in standard form that is perpendicular to this line, and it goes through the point 4, negative 3. So in order to be perpendicular, I need a slope that's the negative reciprocal of this slope. So currently this equation is written in slope-intercept form, so I know what the slope is. It's negative 4, so the negative reciprocal of that would be positive 1 over 4. And then my point is going to be 4, negative 3. Again, I have a point and a slope, so I'm originally going to write it in point slope. So it's going to be y plus 3, because it's negative 3, 1 over 4, parentheses x minus 4. I need to write this out in standard form. So first, I'm going to go ahead and distribute. And we have y plus 3 is equal to 1 over 4x. 1/4 times 4 is 1, so you have minus 1. And then subtract 3. You have y equals 1/4 x minus 4. In order to get this in standard form, we're going to move over the x, so we have minus 1/4 minus 1/4 x. Negative 1/4 x plus y equals negative 4. And so I have two things that are wrong in the standard equation. First of all, the fraction, and it's negative, so we're going to multiply this by negative 4. And when you multiply it, you get 1x, just x. Negative 4 times y is negative 4y, and negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. So here is my equation in standard form. That is going to be perpendicular to this line. And now let's do the last example. So we need to write a line that is perpendicular to the y-axis and goes through the point negative 3, 4. So if I kind of make a sketch of what's going on, my point negative 3, 4 would be somewhere around here. Let's make that just a little bit easier to see. So it'd be somewhere around here. And then I need a line that's perpendicular to the y-axis. So this is the x and this is the y. If I'm perpendicular to the y-axis, you are a line that looks like this. So if we think back to Mr. Slope Guy, this is a line that has a slope of 0. And again, it needs to go through this point. It cuts through the y. So it's going to be a line y equals, if you look at the point here, it's going to be y equals 4. Okay, now for this one, let's go ahead and change this to parallel to the y-axis, so we can have something different. So again, my point is still in the same location, and this is my x and this is my y, but I need to be parallel to the y-axis instead, so I just need to be a line that has a slope that's undefined. The only way we can write that again is going to be x equals, and what is the x value of my point? Well, according to this, it's negative 3. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Hope that it was helpful.